What's going on, everybody? This is AJ, your host of the Blue to Green podcast. On today's episode, I sit down with Adam Pyeth and Jeremy Hartman of the Arizona Smoking Team here in the state of Arizona. Started off as a Facebook group. Now they're doing get-togethers, doing events and all sorts of fun things. In this episode, we literally talk about everything, the creation of AZST, the medical marijuana program, law enforcement, and everything in between. So I hope you all enjoy. Hope you all take a listen and let me know what you think. Take care, everyone. Well, all right, gentlemen.
Oh, is it started already?
It is. I like to just go right into it.
That's fine.
So, all right, let's start with who are you?
Well, my name is Jeremy Hartman. That's actually the other way. We'll let Jeremy go first on this one. Go ahead, Jeremy.
My name's Jeremy Hartman. I'm Adam's right-hand man for the Arizona Smoking Team, AZST. Been in Arizona for about 27 years out of my 37 years of life. Love it here. Love smoking weed, so let's Adam.
Where are you from originally? Where'd you grow up?
Originally from New Mexico, Farmington, New Mexico. Okay. So grew up there till about 7th grade.
Okay.
And then was out here pretty much ever since. So
what part of town here did you?
Mesa.
Okay.
Just Mesa, and now I currently live in Apache Junction.
Gotcha.
Yep.
AJ. I lived in AJ for a little bit, but my name is Adam. Adam Pyeth. I started the AZST with this guy. Lived in Arizona for most of my life. I was born in New Orleans, and I've lived here since I was like 5.
Okay.
So that's cool.
And where'd you grow up here?
Mesa, Arizona, Dobson Ranch.
Okay.
Represent. And then I moved to Chandler in middle school.
Okay.
So I grew up out in Chandler too, by the mall.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How'd you two meet?
Through work.
Yeah. I've been there 14 years. He's been there, 7?
7. We work for a meat and cheese packaging company.
Where at?
In Chandler.
Okay.
We don't want to say it because, I don't know.
I don't care. We work for a company that sells Boar's Head lunch meats.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I had a buddy of mine that actually managed one of those things, so I didn't know if it was the same place.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
He's my boss there at work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's been there 14 years. I'm a newbie at 6 years, so I'm still kind of the rookie.
Is it the type of place where once people go there, they just stay there?
A handful of
get
us.
Trapped in more. It's like
Okay.
stuck. There are ways of luring in with more vacation week. You just get. It's comfortable. It's not that bad of a job.
Yeah.
They're cool there. The owners are very cool. And it's the people, I guess. But doing anything for so long just gets old, dude.
No matter what.
No matter what you're doing.
No matter what it is.
It's just you're doing the same thing every day. You're gonna get tired.
Yep.
Of it,
Yep.
Some people get comfortable, and I think in having routines and doing things.
Yes.
Something about me, I like to mix it up a lot. I get bored just doing the same thing, even if it's something really cool. Like I'll just, I like to mix it up or come back to it.
It's no longer cool when it's your job.
I'm not having fun, even no matter what I'm doing. What am I doing?
Right.
Have fun. Just do what you like.
I would rather have a fun job with fun people than a job that pays
I'll take a major pay cut to enjoy my job and go to work and be like, I'm excited to go to work or something.
Agreed.
So I wouldn't stay at a job like people they're just so miserable. I just leave.
Yep.
If you're not happy, that's your life. Monday through Friday, if you're not happy, that's most of your life.
But they get stuck. They get stuck in their bills. They get stuck in everything.
I get that.
I'm kind of in that boat.
Yeah. And it's just people, it's hard to just quit your job. Mm-hmm. It's a scary feeling. People don't know what, but it always works out. That's why sometimes I just hope I would get fired. They call you up there, maybe they're just going to fire me. They don't. They give you a raise. You're like, damn it.
I was always the type of person with my boss, no matter what job I was working. I grew up Roman Catholic. And if you're familiar, so we're guilty for everything.
Yeah.
You've got that Roman Catholic guilt that no matter what it is. So every time my boss would call me, AJ, we need to talk. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm getting fired. I'll bring all my stuff. I'll just go get fired.
You just have your box ready.
Yeah, exactly. But I've always been that type of way that it's just like, I just instinctually feel like, fuck, they're just going to fire me everywhere I go. So
yeah, right. I've been fired a few times.
That happens.
Yeah, it's cool. I got fired once for smoking weed. I think a couple times smoking weed.
So
I like to smoke weed at work.
this is the whole thing that like I want to talk about on the podcast is, so I appeal to not just stoners and med patients and all that stuff, but I'm also trying to talk to cops.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to show them the fact that you've been employed for 14 years.
Correct.
You're a productive member of society and you smoke weed.
Yeah.
Same thing. You've been employed at this particular place for 7 years. You're a productive member of society, paying taxes, and you just so happen to smoke weed. So this is the whole thing that I'm trying to, we need to break that stigma. And, there's successful people. We would not be sitting here talking if you just drank a Jack Daniels at the end of the night.
I don't know.
Right.
Right? We're trying to break the stigma of cannabis and like, you can be successful. You can be a good person.
And that's to everybody's own discretion, because I know people that smoke weed that they don't do anything. They'll smoke weed and they just sit on the couch. And,
Right.
But that's up to you, and you got to learn how to handle it yourself.
Yep.
Some people can wake up, smoke, and have a very productive day and go to work. It affects everybody differently, but it's up to you. I think everybody should smoke weed, personally. But if you don't, that's cool too. I just think that people who don't smoke should just understand people who do more.
I
be
agree.
cool with it. Even if you don't do it, that's fine. I got friends that they don't smoke. We hang out. They let me smoke. They don't care.
99%
And
of my
that's
friends.
most people. It's like, why would you care?
Right.
I don't care what you do. I mean, unless it was like shooting up heroin or something, I might be like, I'm a little uncomfortable with that or something. I wouldn't even care that that's you, but just go in the bathroom or something.
No, I get you.
But I'm not here to judge people what they do. Whatever.
My views have changed dramatically on drugs. I mean, I went through the bullshit propaganda of the government, weed's going to kill everybody and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously it hasn't and it doesn't. But even on harder substances, on heroin, methamphetamine, all that good stuff, they're terrible. They should not be in the world. They serve no purpose.
For sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why are we incarcerating people for injecting their own bodies? If they put shit into their bodies and then neglect their kids, well, we have neglect. You don't need to charge them for the drug, whether it's alcohol or whatever. So I would be much more open to decriminalization of things. I mean, still, I don't want to see people shooting up in the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
But
That's their decision
it's their
I
decision.
don't think their life should be ruined. Some people, they'll go to prison for years over a drug possession charge.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what? By that point, you probably sobered up. You probably like, what was I thinking? And it's like, I don't think any drug sentence should be, I don't even say over a year tops. I don't know, of personal, maybe if you're
Agreed.
smuggling, a truckload. But I'm talking about your own personal, you know what I mean? Like a little, I don't know. People have problems and they don't like that they're addicted to that,
Right. No. Yeah, addicts don't want to be addicts.
Yeah, they don't want to be. It's like they wish they couldn't, and but it's difficult. I've done pretty much every drug that there is, but just now like marijuana's the one that you're like, this is the one for me though. But I had to try them all out, at some point. Some just once, I've always, when I was younger, I used to say I'm gonna try every drug just one time. Like I'm just gonna try it out. But it's weird with you. I mean, I don't know people listening, but he's a cop, former cop.
Former.
So it's cool seeing his, and he didn't smoke till recently. So you're like a kind of, when did you start smoking?
So I experimented as a kid.
Yeah.
As a teenager, I did it a few times. And then I didn't start using until November of 2017. And I'm so specific on that date. It's because when my back exploded and I was physically on my floor crying and I couldn't move. It was, we did not realize at that time how bad my back injury literally was. I was on the floor crying and it was the most pain I've ever endured in my life. And so I was being prescribed. I was going to, they were sticking, what is it called? Not cortisone, but epidurals in my back, and that wasn't doing anything. And I was being prescribed so many fucking Percocet that it was insane.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was taking the Percocet, and again, I just started, so I'd only been using the Percocet for like a week or two. And it just was not enough. And then I totally admit that I come from a family of addicts.
Yeah.
And I know I have an addictive personality, so I didn't want to start popping Percocet.
Yeah, that's not good.
Right? So I was very regimented. Like I had it down to the second when I could take the next one. I think whatever it was, like every 5 hours, every 6 hours. I didn't double my dose. I just had it down to the moment. And I was only getting about 30 minutes of a little bit of relief. And I called someone in my family who's been a stoner for 25 years. And they brought me a little nug and said, hey, I said, and I was out of law enforcement. I wasn't a cop anymore. Yeah. And so I tried it and it provided me the most amount of relief. I was like, and I can actually stand up a little bit and walk a little bit. Like I couldn't even walk. I was immobilized. So I was like, holy shit, there's something to this.
Yeah.
So like aside from getting high.
Yeah. It gets your mind off it. It's the same way like the painkillers work. It doesn't, you know, it just kind of helps you deal with it. But marijuana does it, and it's natural and good for you.
Right.
You know, it's not going to make your pain go away completely or something, but it helps. It works. It's crazy.
Real quick. Your face is totally hidden. So I didn't realize that.
Covered.
There you go. Oh, a little better. No, it was.
That was probably better hidden. People don't really see that.
But but it provided me a relief I hadn't experienced in weeks. And then after I had I had emergency surgery.
Real quick, sorry. How did you smoke? What was the first like when you started?
It was a digger. She brought it because I didn't have any smoking.
Okay.
I didn't have any pipes or anything. I mean, I could have done the aluminum foil and a pen or a marker.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I knew what I was doing a little bit. You know, I could have made my way. Or a crushed Coke can.
Paper roll.
Or even an apple.
Apples. Yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah, so she brought me over a little digger, and so I took a couple hits from it. And again,
Was it instant? Or you were just like, man.
It was near instantaneous.
Yeah.
It was near instantaneous, and I actually took a picture of myself standing up. And I was like, holy shit. And I wasn't completely upright, but I was like standing up a little bit more. Yeah. So that was when I started smoking. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to start using this. And I had my emergency surgery. And then after that, I took my last Percocet the next morning after my, well, here's the thing though. I was in the hospital and they were giving me morphine and it did nothing. Like it did. I was like, this is not doing anything for my pain in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. So I was like, go get me a Percocet. They're like, well, we can't because you can't swallow it because you're going in for surgery. And I could feel myself like getting jittery. Like I was in severe pain and I'm in the hospital, but I could feel myself like, oh shit, I want a Percocet like right now. Like this is not good.
Yeah.
So the next morning I woke up. My back pain was gone. I had surgery pain, like where they did the surgery, but I didn't have back pain. So I took one last Percocet, and that's the last Percocet I ever took. And then after that, I didn't have my med card back then. Yeah. So I'm not going to say how it was procured, but it was procured for me. And I would do vapes. And I started off doing like Harlequin, you know, the really, really high CBD ones.
Right. Yeah.
So, and the CBD really, really helped my back pain.
Was that helping too?
Oh, dude, that was amazing. Yeah. So I was back in college and I was just taking my little vape with me. And then it wasn't until like the last 2 years where I got more into I started smoking flower at one point in time, and then that just provided me way better relief. That provided me longer lasting relief and way better relief. So I just switched over to primarily flower. So I don't do vapes that much. I don't do dabs. I have done dabs, but it's the flower for me that really works the best.
I'm a flower kid.
It's the most natural way. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like the vape, I think that's just good for on the road or you gotta go. Or if you're at work, somewhere discreet. I hit it in a movie theater. Yeah. But places like that.
Bring your sploofer.
Yeah, bring a sploofer.
Bring your
with
sploofer.
you.
Here, that's it's out in the other garage.
You got one?
I was going to do a promo for Willie.
Yeah.
Bring the
One
sploofer.
come down from the ceiling and wheel it down and then wheel it back up.
I can get high tech.
Yeah, we could use the sploofer. Yeah.
Yeah, but I use pens a little bit now every once in a while. Just again, same sort of
Convenience.
thing. Yep.
It's the microwave dinner of weed. Really, you know, it's like you'll eat it because it's quick and easy to pop it in. You know, it's quick. It's not bad. You know, but it'll do the job. But it's not like a nice home cooked meal, which is a nice bud. I like that, man. I love getting it sticky. You know, grinding it up,
smelling it,
the whole experience, loading the bowl. You're like, oh, this is gonna be nice. You know,
the
way
problem
you feel
is
right
though,
afterwards.
the good weed is so fucking expensive in Arizona right now.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So that's going to push the black market to something.
Well, you can always grow your own too, I suppose. Now,
that's one of the good things about 207.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Do you guys grow your own?
I would, but my brother don't let me grow in the house. Like I was saying earlier, I can smoke out back, but.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my place is just so small, dude. I had one plant, I grew it just like, and I had a seed, just to see what would happen. And then I fell in love with it, and I got this really crappy $10 light. It was in my bathroom. I have no room, it's a small place. And I had it growing just in my bathroom by my toilet. And I'd take sink water and just put it in there. It was like the work, but it grew big.
It's grown, yeah.
It was going too big. It was hitting the ceiling and shit. And I was telling people it's a lot easier. You could just, I'm sure it's not going it the right way or the best way, but I'm like, it's working. I ended up giving it away at one of our AZST events because I was like, it's getting too big. So I was like, I gave it away to somebody who won. They got a big old plant. But I'm like, oh, what is it? I'm like, I give it sink water in the mornings. Okay.
Here's its diet.
Yeah, here's its diet. But I was literally sit there next to it, while I'm sitting on the john in the morning,
Talking to it.
Yeah, talk to it a little bit. I'd see a little brown spot, I'd pick, give it some love. But I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, And I was like, man, I didn't want to post it. I was like, man, people would be like, because people would think because I'm AZST, like that, come at me with like this, hey man, asking all this growing advice. I have no clue. I could send you in the right direction, but I don't know really anything about growing it. But I want to. If I had more room, definitely would.
Right.
What about you? Have you thought about growing?
I've thought about it. I want to. I'm also the type of person where Arizona cactus is everywhere in Arizona. I can kill a cactus. I kill everything. I can't keep anything alive. I can keep children alive, and that's all I can keep alive. So, but no, not even plants. And I don't have at the moment. I don't have a place for it.
Try my technique though. Put it by the toilet, okay? Because you're gonna go there. There's a sink right there. I don't know. It's like my method. It works.
It worked.
It's a proven worked method.
I mean, it is called weed. It grows like a weed.
Yeah.
It's going to grow anywhere.
They're pretty resilient, but yeah, it is. It's a weed. They're very. I like to plant them places too, and just come back and check on them.
So you mentioned AZST though, so that's kind of why they were here. So tell me, what is AZST?
The Arizona Smoking Team, AZST.
This is your guys' brainchild?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Adam started it and asked me to be a admin in the beginning, and I kind of turned it down because with my family, I don't normally ever. They've known I smoked, but I never was in their face about it ever.
Oh, we started too right before
207.
207.
I think it was October
I remember making memes
19.
about vote. Yes, 207 was kind of divided because the medical people had it good. They didn't want it to be, and I understand. But I'm like, you guys got a nice little thing going. But overall, you guys got to understand this is better for overall legalization.
Agreed.
So you just have to deal with it. We'll catch up. Because I know then it flooded those dispensaries.
Yes.
I feel bad for the medical patients. I don't have a medical card. I never have. I've been thinking about getting one. I keep saying that. I have nothing against it. I don't know. I just never have gotten one.
The only reason that I personally, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice.
Yeah.
There are certain protections of having a medical card.
Yeah.
So if you have qualifying conditions,
I have my medical card.
Yes, I do too. And it provides certain protections, particularly regarding employment and DUI and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into yes, you can get a DUI while high. But that stuff is still. Like I said, I'm not giving any advice. Right. I'm not saying get a card and you won't get a DUI. No.
It's gonna probably help you.
It to me, I'm very much an advocate for the patients, and I'm there for the with Arizona Normal, we're there for the recreational users as well. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I feel personally, because of the personal benefits that I've had, I'm more attached to the medical side of the house, if that makes sense. I don't care about the recreational side. Smoke, have a good time, but I'm a huge advocate for the patients as well, just because of the we've all seen the life-changing benefits that people get from it. Yeah. Not just getting high, not just having a good time and relaxing and stuff like that, but all the other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I said I don't tell people to keep their card, but I recommend it, especially for taxes too. I don't want to be paying fucking 16% taxes.
I'm going to get one at some point, but I just haven't done it yet. I keep saying it. There's a lot of things I have to do. I'm also a pothead, so it's I can only do so many things. I'm like, I have to put chilling into it for a little bit.
Dude, I pull out my notes on my phone, and because I smoke as well.
Yeah, right. You're gonna have memory. It's gonna happen. Yes. That's a side effect. Let's be real. It does. And I'll be looking for my phone with it in my hand. Where's my phone? Oh man, I gotta go get my phone. Unlock, and then you realize it's in your hand. It's just little stoner things like that.
I again, it was late at night. I was chilling. I was just about to take a shower, and I was watching a show on my phone, and I had my headphones on, and I just walked right into my shower, and I set my phone down. And my brain realized I could still hear it. I was like, "Oh shit!" And luckily they didn't get wet. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I know. Sometimes I do some real stony stuff. Man, I'm glad no one's around seeing me do that. But it's fun. I don't know. I like I like the way I am stoned. And I wake up in the morning. I like to smoke. I smoke a lot. I'm always pretty high, but I just like it. It works for me all the time. And that's why with the AZST is cool, because there's a lot of people that are like me. Like, you ever gone to a party and everyone's drinking, and you're like the only one who smokes. Right. Anyone, you feel all nice. You got a nice green bowl. You're like, anyone want to smoke? And nobody does. You feel like some kind of loser. You're like, well, let's go on the side of the house over here.
I gotta go high.
Yeah, you thought everybody's gonna be like, yeah, I got greens. They're like, no, we don't smoke. But they're like drinking. Okay.
Some of the events here in Arizona are like that.
Yeah,
90% will be drinking, but not
drinking
smoking.
is totally fine. Like everybody's cool drinking. You can pop a beer at a kid's
totally.
birthday party. Not a big deal. But
pull out a joint.
And
everyone's like, "What are you doing?
Who brought the drugs?"
Yeah, exactly. I've been that way. It smells like marijuana. It was just smoke. Of course, it smells like marijuana. Who cares? Why do you care?
I'm a former smoker, like a cigarette smoker, and that's the only thing though. Like that is a tiny bit annoying about flour. Is like it gets everywhere and permeates. It's very, very heavy.
Yeah, it
so
is.
I do apologize to my neighbors. I'm like, sorry. Like I apologize.
I don't even like. I go to the store and I don't even think about it. Like people, it's not even something I think about.
Right,
I just
right.
don't care, especially not legal.
Right.
But I don't. I've always been kind of careful. Like especially when it was illegal, I'd have to hide it a little bit. Sometimes I just put it in my pocket, but I'd always be a little bit careful because I know if you get searched or something, I've been searched and had it in my pocket. It was one of those Dickie side pockets. I get in the police car and he's like, "Man, it stinks in here." I was like, "Yeah, I smoked earlier." But it was in my pocket.
So that is something to be careful though of. So obviously we have legalization and all that good stuff now, but for this, and again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not giving legal advice.
Yeah.
But if a police officer were to pull you over and smells fresh marijuana, and that's not.
How does he know what fresh marijuana is?
They're trained on it.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing though. Here's what I will say.
Can I be the guy that blows it into the cop's faces? This is what use marijuana.
So there's green leafy marijuana, and then there's the odor of burnt marijuana.
Did they let you smell it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Did they give you a bag of weed?
Yeah. The little thing. But the thing is though, is that it is good for training purposes. Here, I will totally admit this. I used to. That was. I had a lot of marijuana arrests. I had a big dope load arrests. When you don't use it all the time, you can still smell it. We cannot smell it. I know you think you can. Trust me. But there are times when it's like, oh, it does smell a little strong in here, and you don't realize it. But somebody who doesn't smoke it can smell it from 5 miles away, right. And they can distinguish the difference too, if they know what burnt and unburnt smells like. But again, that's the sort of thing though. So like now you smoke in your car, you smoke just before you leave, you get in your car, may or may not be impaired, you're medicated, whatever the case may be. The odor of burnt marijuana can give an officer probable cause to do a DUI investigation. So that's just something to think about. That's something to be cognizant of. Right. But say you just came from the dispensary and they smell the fresh odor, the fresh green leafy marijuana. That's not necessarily going to mean that they can do a DUI investigation, because it doesn't mean that you necessarily used it.
Well, if I just kept a bag in the car, and it's all fresh and stapled with a little receipt on it, so in case it smells like marijuana, I'll be like, oh, just pick this up and we'll go home, and I'm gonna get high at home. Inside of this is like a rock.
Yeah, no, I can't give legal advice, but but that's the thing though. That's just people need to be cognizant of. Mm-hmm. So, my view on the use of cannabis and then driving has changed. I'm not necessarily one of these people who says you can't get a DUI. No, you can. We've all had moments.
It's so crazy that this guy used to arrest stoners. It's like he gave us a joint.
But the thing is though,
that's funny.
Like you've medicated, you've smoked, and not been impaired.
Yeah, right.
100%. But you've also smoked and been way too fucking high to do anything besides sit on your couch.
You know when you're stoned what you can do and not do. Like but there's things I can do better stoned. Like I'll get stoned before I do something. I
agree.
And when I drive stoned,
get you focused on
I do not feel like it affects me in any way. And I know that, and I've had people in the car. It's not like I do anything dangerous or drive slow. If anything, I think it helps because I'm paranoid. You go on like 45. I'm using my blinker. But I'm probably driving too safe. Like, dude, come on, let's go pick it up.
We got places to go, man.
My problem is I drive too slow. I'll be going like 40 and a 45. I'm like, that's the most dangerous. It is
But that's the difference between alcohol and weed.
People should definitely not be driving out drunk. I don't even trust myself. Definitely I had the keys before I drink. You know what I mean? Like I had a couple DUIs in Arizona, and it's not fun, man. Like, and I was a pretty good drunk driver. All my DUIs here around the holidays.
Pretty good drunk driver.
DUI task force.
I was doing the best one out of our friends that could drive drunk. I had friends that couldn't. But I would drive us around. I'd signal. Stupid, bad decision. You hit somebody or things that could happen like that. Even if it's not your fault, you're drunk like that. Like it was dumb. I don't do not condone drinking and
No,
driving.
no, not at all.
Stone driving, me personally, I think that I don't see it. Depends on the person. If it's your first time smoking, you probably shouldn't drive. But
Right.
yourself. You know how you're driving. Some people can't drive stoned. I have friends
Right.
that are like, or they'll wait. They'll be like, they just smoked. They won't drive. They won't kick it 20 minutes, and then they're good to go. That initial.
Feel themselves out a little bit, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, alcohol's the worst drug on the planet.
Yep.
And that's the truth.
Yeah,
and
it is.
it ruins
It's
so
fun,
many people's lives.
I hate it and I love it. I'm like, I'm quitting drinking. Well, I'll drink like once a month. But I don't know. I'm on the edge of it. I used to drink. I used to drink a lot in my 20s. We'd party every night and drink and go karaoke. It was a part of our. I'd smoke weed too. As I maybe it's just because I'm getting older, turning 40. It's just, I just prefer to just smoke weed and chill. It's like, and you're drunk. People call you and they're like, just like,
dude.
When you're not drunk people
Are
Are annoying as hell.
Yeah, they're annoying, dude. When you're drunk, they're great.
Right.
And when you're having fun, and I don't judge people for being drunk. It's like,
No, I get it.
Go ahead, have fun. But, and I still do occasionally, of course. I got, birthday was last Saturday. I got a little drunk that night.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, 39. So that's.
We were doing karaoke that night too.
We did karaoke. When I drink, I do karaoke. It's the only time I do karaoke. If you start busting out, let's do karaoke. Oh, you gotta give me a beer or something. It's the only way I'll do it.
It's called liquid courage for a reason.
Yep.
It takes away your
It's not that
inhibitions.
and it's just I think too much about. Man, I'm sorry guys, I'm sucking at this. When I'm drunk, I don't give a shit
Don't
if you
give a
guys like
fuck.
it. Yeah, I'm just like, I hope you like it because you're getting it. It's like
Better open your ears.
Yeah, it gives me that push to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, no. Ever since I started smoking or using cannabis,
Yeah.
I barely drink. Maybe in a year now, maybe 10 to 12 times. Like have a beer. I just barely drink anymore.
I would love to have like a rehab thing, start something where it's like they give you weed instead of opiates or alcohol to help you. Like, hey man, just smoke weed. Like it's not, like instead of saying get full sober. Because I used to, when I was younger, my mom made go to this rehab thing, and they told me like, oh, you gotta quit everything. I was like, weed too? I didn't. I'm like, and secretly I'm gonna quit smoking weed. Like, okay, like I'll do this, but I'm gonna smoke weed. Like I didn't see the issue with it. Like
Right.
I was just like, that just makes me feel good. It doesn't it's not ruining my life. But yeah.
It's not like the commercials made it out to be in like the early 90s.
No, dude.
This
I was
weed's
scared when I
gonna
first
make you a
did it. I
junkie.
thought that's what it was gonna do. Like I was like, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Do you remember the frying pan commercial? This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs with the
that's
eggs.
what we grew up on.
Yeah,
Dare.
totally.
I went to Dare growing up and all that, and it was just like so forbidden back then too.
Yeah.
It was not like it is now. Like kids now, I don't want to weed. It's gonna be different. Like, but my niece, she knows what that. It's not a big deal. It's just funny. I'm like, when I was a kid, like you had a weed leaf on something, you're gonna get sent home. You're
Right.
Right. It's like it was like the devil's star thing or something.
Or even that was
Yeah.
when I first started driving when I was 16. I was like, I don't want anything with weed on my car
Right.
or
Yeah,
anything.
people were
Like
crying.
if I have a shirt with weed leaf on it, I'm going to get pulled over. Or the cops are going to bust me just because I have a weed leaf shirt on. It's like
It's getting
now,
more people were
now you
worried.
can
I don't give a shit.
wear a weed leaf shirt if you want to.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not?
Oh yeah. It's very, very much more accepting now as well. This is the scary thing though, that sucks still. There's a ton in the conservative side of the house that do use cannabis, that have their med cards, that will never say a word and are terrified.
Right.
They feel like they're going to be judged and all that good stuff. It's like all you people, they're in the closet for no other way to put it, but they're in the closet. It's like if y'all would come out of the closet, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Come on out.
Come join us.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fun here.
It is fun here. Yeah, no, that's the thing is that it's like I said, it's trying to take that stigma out of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start smoking weed?
When I was about 13, my cousin and two of his buddies and my brother were out in the garage, and they had like an ounce and a half, and me and my brother's first time smoking ever. And my cousin made us smoke that whole ounce with him, and I was high. I think they were on something else.
Your first time?
It was like 5 people, and we just kept smoking joints and bong rips and stuff. And my cousin, he was 4 years older than me, so it was peer pressure. Just here, Jeremy, here. And I was a little like, hell yeah, I'll do it.
I can do this.
And really haven't looked back since. And then I just recently got my med card about a year and a half ago, so
Nice.
I help with my stomach problems and
Where,
issues.
Gotcha.
I have,
who
so.
gave you
Gotcha.
your, what was it? What are they called? They're out here in AJ. North in AJ. Independent
Independent
Wellness.
wellness
Okay.
centers.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I got my med card from. So.
Nice.
They're really nice over there, man.
They're really good people. They actually, we did a AZST event for 420.
Okay.
And they gave us 5
Certifications.
certificates for discount on your med card.
Nice. So yeah, we mentioned AZST, but so what was your guys' goal with AZST?
I mean, ultimately, I was just like I said, it's nice to hang out with other stoners. We started with, I made like kind of the official quote was like, because it's nice to smoke with friends. And I think people were liking it because they're meeting, and I see it in the comments, but they meet, hey, where you at? They would link up and go smoke. Some people, there's a lot of people out there just don't have anyone to smoke with, and they're alone a lot, and they don't have family. And they'll message me, and they'll be like, hey, man, thank you for the AZST. Like, it's awesome. Like, and it's like, makes me feel good. You're like, that's cool, seeing that. That's awesome. So it's neat, and seeing it just get big, and and then we're doing events, and I just was doing things that I would like as a stoner, like focus and get rid of the stigma.
Yeah.
At first, people are like sending me messages like, "Oh, you're gonna be smoking out there, and it's lame.
They were
You
all
could
scared,
be arrested." Or, I'm like, "Dude, it's legal. Like, what a cop's gonna do? Like, oh, they arrest me."
Yeah, our very first event, meetup. It was a meetup. We smoked. We went up to A Mountain in Tempe, right above the police department. And we smoked right in the middle of the A, right at 420.
Warning me, like, I'm like, well, I'm gonna do it. We were the imp in the A, like,
that's
and we
cool.
There's a good like 15, maybe 20 people there.
Yeah, we weren't sure who goes. We were just like, well, let's see. We started it. We probably at that time had maybe, I don't even know, maybe like 500 members or something.
Right
I don't
around
know,
there.
1,000. It was growing a lot by the day. We were hitting approve all, and we at this point we didn't ever know our group. We're just hitting approve all. 70 people want to come in, approve all. And I'm like, now we've learned. We look, they're all Arizona natives. So we want people from
Arizona. Because we had our first Facebook page got shut down.
I remember that.
We were at like 7,200 members, and got shut down. So then we started a new one. And we're about halfway back to 7,000, but we've been a lot more selective and careful with
It's like weed. It's a small quality. You know what I mean? It's not the
quality,
9,000
not quantity.
Exactly. I'd rather have whatever, almost 4, but it's more quality. And people message me, hey, this person's like, look, we're out of here, dude. Like, like spamming or even just people that are in there just with bad attitudes. I'll just kick you out. Like, there's just a vibe. That's why it says in the beginning. That's just not, And I've had people, and I've let them back in if they've messaged me. And sometimes they'll apologize and the way they are. But some people, man, they'll be like, hey, man, fuck you, man. It's like, and that's why you're not here.
And that's why you're gone.
You're just not fitting the vibe.
You've been traded to another team.
I always said it's been traded to another. I'm like, no, it's just I will just be cool, dude. That's like, it's not that much to ask for. Just be cool, people are.
Did you guys start it with, because I know you guys have had several events now and they've seemed pretty successful. So is it the sort of thing, did it just grow organically? We're like, hey, let's start doing events? Or was that part of the plan?
We were doing those meetups, and we would bring clones that would get donated to us, and we do raffles. So we would kind of make it fun. So just, what are we going to do if we just all meet up? We have to.
Right.
So I'd bring a boombox. We'd play music. We'd bring these clones. We had stuff to give out.
We started making membership boxes.
We would
Nice.
We'd give stuff out. You could pay like whatever we do, like $1 a ticket for these cool prizes. People would bring stuff and be like, hey man, I brought these for the raffle. So they would just donate, and we'd give it out. So people for a couple bucks, they'd be like, hell yeah, I just want to plant. And it was cool seeing people leave with like stuff. And I was like, that's fun.
Yeah.
So it just kind of grew. And then I was like, well, instead of doing like, we were at Papago Park doing it. And it was like coronavirus time too. So people were, I'm like, well, don't come if you don't feel safe. But we went out there, and we had the bump box, and no licensing or anything, and we're out there and hanging out. I had the mic, we're doing raffles, and all of a sudden the park ranger guy pulls up, and then everybody just kind of stops, right? Kind of put up, and then the guy goes, oh, what's going on down here? And he goes, who's in charge? And everyone just looks around, and I look at him, I go,
you're like,
well, nobody's really in charge. He goes, well, I'll talk to you since you got the microphone. And I'm like standing on this edge. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not going to say I'm in charge. I go, these people can do whatever they want. I'm not in charge. Like, I can't tell them, you know what I mean? But yeah, and then I just went up to him and I just said, oh man, we're just hanging out. We're doing the fun raffle just for raise money for some charity thing. We're doing it. Blah, blah. The guy's like, oh, okay, cool. He goes, just turn it down a little bit. So I was like, yeah, no problem, man.
Nice.
He didn't know what the cops. I come back, everybody was all quiet and staring at me. And I was like, all right, let's do this raffle.
Let's do this raffle. We got 15 minutes.
Happened at 420 too. I got a cop come. They wanted my ID, and I had nothing to hide. A cop pulls up. It was like on the intersection out here in AJ. Cool spot. We had food trucks. We had a band.
Nice.
The Irie was playing. It was a fun time.
What event was this? This was
on 420.
What you guys did?
420.
Okay, cool.
We had that was our first event.
This was the one at
vendors.
Yeah.
Okay. We had vendors. We had a food trucks pull up. It was awesome. We had a band play. I don't know, Field and AJ, but it was a cool view. You had like the mountain.
Yeah.
And it was neat. People came. We went out there the day before, cleaned up the
Cleaned it
land.
up.
Nice.
You know, there's trash out there, so we made it look nice. And by the end of it, when everybody left, I noticed people had made paths just for walking where the food. You know, I was like, look at that, it's kind of cool. There's like these paths just from people walking in this dirt. So that was cool, and everyone loved it. There wasn't one complaint. I was like, not anyone. I asked all the vendors. I was like, you guys, nobody, everyone. I didn't see any complaints online. It was just like,
what did AJPD do?
Everyone had a good time. Oh yeah. So then they came. Like she pulls up, and everyone's like, oh, I'll go handle it. So I go walk up to her, and she says there's something about what's up with the noise. She was really pretty cool, and I was like, oh yeah. We were just doing just a little hanging out, whatever. Got a food truck. We're a Facebook group. And then, and she's like, okay, cool, just the noise. And I was like, yeah, we'll be done pretty soon. It was, 4:20, so it was in the afternoon. It's not like people are sleeping.
Right.
She goes, okay, cool. I go, that's that landowner right there.
Oh, so you had his permission.
Oh, yeah, it's the land. I said it's on his private property. We're just doing a party.
Yeah,
This is a party. And then I said, yeah, he's right there. That's the guy who owns the land. And she goes, okay, well, I'll just need an ID. And I was like, why? I had nothing to hide, and I had my ID. I just didn't why give it to her, So, but I was like, why do you need my ID? And you could tell. Then it probably made her want it more,
right?
And I didn't have time to Normally, I'd be like, no, just I'd be polite, but just because. But I was like, oh, I got the event here, just So she gets it, gets in the car, and she comes back, hands it to me. And then, so I walk back up, right? And she backs out, leaves. I'm walking up. Everybody is just silent, just staring at me, dude. And so I pull up. I had a microphone. There was a DJ, and I was like, turn that shit up. I gotta start cheering, dude. I was like, yeah, that was awesome. Everybody was just like, what's gonna happen?
Nice.
I was like, could have been different.
That was a very good event.
I'm so glad I didn't have some warrant for something stupid. I'm like, see you guys, I got get arrested and take off. That's one way to go. It was a cool way to go out.
Drop the mic.
Just drop the mic, and then I get leave in a cop car. Jeremy's got to jump up there and just
all nervous. Like, what do I do? What do I do?
Hey guys.
It looks like Adam got arrested. So
nice.
Yeah, Jeremy was like the vice president. Like we say, captain. We call him the skipper. Come with him, but. So he's been there. It's just been helping. It's just help grow the group. People can come, and we haven't heard any complaints. People like it. We with the speakeasy over there. We were doing events there, and that was awesome too. We had food trucks.
Nice.
The Iries played our events a lot. They're really good. Good band. Cool. I got a show coming up at the Marquee. They play at the Marquee all the time. Good friends of mine. They're all very cool guys. A lot of good performers, man. We've had Quinones. He's. Bunch of them. I'm stoned, man. You gave me that joint out back, man.
It's legal. That's right. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't give it to me. You set it down. I picked it up. That's my respect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. But I unfortunately, my schedule is hectic, and sometimes that's why I have people come to my house. I don't go out very often. I haven't been able to make it to an event, but I'm a member of the group, and I see you guys.
You're always welcome, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'd love to come out, but it seems like you guys did the boat thing recently. That looks really cool.
That's like more of like what we call meetups. It's like you just show up. And I don't want people to think like it's some kind of money grab, but it's not. I do it for fun. There's not much money to be made. It's not. People my hands like
all the money we have made is
like,
made hats, stickers.
People are just like, hey, can I get some stickers? Like, do you realize like a roll of stickers like $400 for a few hundred? Like, it's not like things are expensive to do things. Like people come up, you're like, do you know how expensive your idea you're telling me is? Like if you do the realistic, so but it's fun. But so if I do it, it's worth doing, right? And I want to I make sure everybody who comes has a good time. I'll go around. I try to talk to everybody. If I see someone not have a good time, I'll go. Give them something or something. Awesome. And make them feel welcome. Stoners especially, man. And a lot of people have anxiety issues and they want to get out the house. And it's cool. They come there and they kind of know people. Like you'll talk to him and you don't know him, but when you're like, oh, and they say their Facebook name, you're like, oh yeah, we've talked. And it's a cool feeling. I like that.
Actually,
and meeting someone in real life off the internet.
When we did our 1 year birthday bash, there was a girl that was at the event, and she's like, I know you guys, you're famous. It's like, we're not famous, we're just,
you're in the AZST.
You know us from the group, so it's kind of cool to, just the other day at the Circle K, I'd walk in and I see the dude's back of his shirt has the same logo as my tattoo there. That we have on our shirts, and I'm like, I like your shirt, and he turns around, I was like, oh, dude, I'm the one who gave you your membership card and everything. What's going on, man? So.
Okay, I go to an Acst University. That guy too, man. He's in AZST. Every time I go in there, he's always like, he recruits people. He's always in front of me. He's like, hey man, you heard of the AZST? That's the guy behind you, man. I'm like, yeah, hey, how's it going? Let me get a pack of Lucky Strikes, please.
Nice.
All right, but Yeah, I give him a membership card and some stickers and stuff. He's a cool dude.
That's very cool. And you know what? I should have showcased mine. You gave me one too today, so I appreciate that very much.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
You got that Phoenix Suns.
I saw that one. That's
That,
badass.
I put a post. I got 3. I got to mail out right now. I've been, just people love those things. I'm gonna get them in high maintenance smoke shop soon.
Nice.
I'm gonna get them there.
Shout out to Jason.
Shout out to Jason
Love
Horn.
that dude.
Yeah, man,
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
Already got
High
what?
maintenance is good, man. They are a good smoke shop. Like I grew up in Chandler, that
Yes.
one. I'm like, this is just a nice smoke shop, and they were always anti smoking meth. They used to have the a slash through it.
The little.
That little no smoking
Yeah,
with I always liked that about them. Like, and they'd give those out. You can go in there and get one for free. I have one on a chair at my house that I've had for a long time. But
Not to mention, don't we already have hats and some stuff there for sale, or they already sell all the hats?
we had like a few in each one. I think we still got hats in there. Yeah, we should. We're gonna get new hats and stuff. But in time, everything we do is limited edition.
No, I get it.
Yeah, everything we do.
Stuff is
Probably new hats.
expensive,
They're gonna be different. Probably they're gonna have. I try to always do everything better than like going backwards. So it's like I want to get past, things like that.
Yeah, but soon you're going to reach a point though where people want the old stuff.
Exactly.
That retro thing.
That's
Yeah,
how I know.
yeah.
When people show me sticker, I could tell you where. Oh, that's from. I remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could tell you exactly how old it is. Like it's gonna change.
Yep.
You go. The person I got it from, they don't. They went. Who knows? They just. So they're like, all right, we gotta go with someone else or something. But things just change in life. I try to go with things and just not try to force it. Like I just kind of take where it's taking me. That's kind of how I just live my life. But I guide it a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't try to just kind of what feels right. Like this doesn't just. It just doesn't feel right. So I just do what I like doing when it feels right. Like people are like, oh, when's an event coming? I'm like, let's take a little break. I don't know. Like if I did it now, I feel like I'm kind of forcing it.
Well, we went heavy there for like 3 months. It was like every
That
other
first
week
year,
we had
dude, it was a
events.
lot.
It was-
Gotcha.
It's a lot of work. You talk
Oh, yeah.
People
Oh,
don't
yeah.
realize it. And you're my phone. You look at it, and if I don't look at my phone for a guy, I would have like, Jesus, you got to catch up with all this. You don't want to be rude. People are sending messages, so it's a lot. You're like, and people are, when are you gonna do this? It's like it's just a lot. So, but it's fun. So of course, we were talking. The Zeeks, they're doing this fundraiser thing. We can drop off cat and dog food. And their location, Zeke's Pizza.
I saw the post.
Yeah.
Where is Zeke's? I never even heard of it.
There's like a few locations. It's really
okay.
good.
There's one in Chandler,
Okay.
one in Tempe. There's, I think, 4 locations
Okay.
in the valley here.
We and Jeremy were talking. I said we should just do like a meetup at one of the Zeke's. Bring some dog food. And I was like, maybe we could bring some clones or AZST stickers or something and give some out. And not like a smoke event, just
Right.
it's a meetup. It's the real word. People just meet up. People are it's not like, well, don't smoke a joint in Zeke's just because it says it's AZST, man. This is a meetup, so it's like I don't care if you smoke in the parking lot, but I'm not saying you can. It's the world.
Right.
People are like, can we smoke in the parking lot? That's an issue you can take up with the world, not me. Right? You can't. I can't stop you.
I'm not your boss.
I'm not telling you to, but that's up to you. Sure.
I do agree though when you're talking about meeting up for people on Facebook and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I think that we should have name tags that has your username, like from Instagram most of
Right.
the time. Because some of
thought
them
that.
I'll
Your
meet
profile
people.
picture gets up there.
Yeah. I'll meet people and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, oh yeah. I'm like, well, I need to know your profile name.
Yeah.
And then
that's true.
associate the two.
Even if you have like the tags you could fill out, people could at least write that down on there. I mean, it's especially because it's all people in the group. So that's what's cool about it.
It's all locals. It's all people that are in AZST. It's all people that
Yeah.
want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
it's just
awesome.
it's just fun. You know what I mean? And there's people that are in the AZST all over Arizona. We got like all over the place. So it's cool too. Like we want to do something in Tucson and stuff.
Okay.
People, but it's difficult. I don't know when you would. I work full time. I do a lot though, man. I'll be making memes on my like electric skateboard in Tempe. Like, dude, literally, I'll think of a meme. I think in memes. I can't help myself, dude. Like, we'll have conversations.
Very true.
I'll just send you a meme to describe how I feel or something. I love making just like memes and stuff. It's just I enjoy that. That's why this AZST thing I'm doing. It's just and people who know me for years like it's just like perfect for you. I was just doing what I'm making memes, doing events, smoking weed. I like music, so I try to incorporate that. It's just doing what I want to do, and other people like it too. So I'm like win-win for everybody.
So the goal is, how do you turn that into a full-time, lucrative job? Pay the bills job. It's possible. I don't know how.
I would
I'm not a
like to
businessman.
make money. I like to do things where everybody wins.
Right.
If I sell something that you enjoy when you buy it, makes you happy, everybody wins. If you buy AZST, people like it, and I love seeing that enjoyment. I really do take pride in it. when they put on their AZST hat or something, or
awesome.
sticker, or it's on their car. If I see one, I'm like, man, that's AZST sticker. I get excited. Like, so that's cool. I mean, if I could do that full time, of course, that'd be pretty cool. You know, maybe if there was a million, I don't know how many weed smokers are in Arizona, but I mean, people, I meet them and, you know, they're like, what's AZST? They don't even know it exists, but they'd love it if they were in it, you know.
Well, there's over 300,000 card holders, medical
how
card
many
holders.
did you say?
300,000.
300,000.
So there you go.
That's just card members.
That's just
we need to
card
get
holders.
them. We need to get them in the AZST so
Yes.
we can blow the drinking team out of the water.
Okay, so
They're a different sport.
I've heard of the Arizona drinking team. Are you guys not associated? It's different.
Yeah, they're drinkers.
Right, right,
They meet up at bars and stuff like that. But
But you guys are not associated.
No.
no,
totally
we're
different.
not like
Okay.
associated. No. Scotty is an admin in the drinking team, and he was in that first, you know. And then we got him now. He's like a moderator.
Gotcha.
But the people just think the admin and moderator. I'm like, we got people that I'm like, dude, it's not even that great. But like, it's a moderator. It's not. It's like, but there's people who are like Luciano and all kinds of people. Well, how involved you want to be in the AZST is really up to you. You know, come to events. Then there's people that just, you know, and they're just as much part of the AZST. It's not all about being a moderator. It's not. All that is approving posts, you know what I mean? And we just, it's almost kind of gets old sometimes. You're like, man. And they always save what I do is when people put in their posts for the AZST, we get a lot of them. So I'll usually generally kind of go through and be like, no, if it's a sales, you're going to get this flagged generally because that'll just get kicked. We've already lost one group. So I kind of look through them and then, or it's like really like that's, you know, whatever. And then I'll leave them there, and then I'll leave it up to those guys. So it'll sit there. And if we have a post in there for 14 hours and 6 other people don't really want to prove it, then I'll just delete it. You know, so that's kind of how I work with the system. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
They probably just don't want it. They don't. You
No,
know. Or they'll
I mostly
they
try
approve
and
the easy ones. They'll be like,
I don't really go for posts. I
Yeah.
go for people trying to join the group.
Gotcha.
I'm really adamant about keeping this group not getting shut down because of people from out of state or scammers or anything like that. I'm doing what I can with our population in the group.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty good at guessing like what a post likes will get, you know, like, and especially from like but I could look at it, I could like guess it, and sometimes I'm off though. But sometimes I see a meme and it's kind of lamb on me, but I'll prove it, you know. But then I'll be like, oh, that's surprising, like 80 likes or something. This is dumb, you know. But so I don't just do things you know. But as long as it's like, you know, or we don't like repeats. A lot of people do that same meme. I'm like, man, that's like the 9th time we've seen that thing, you know. So people are probably like, why didn't I approve my post?
Every now and then they'll reach out to us and be like, hey, I tried posting and it got disapproved. Like, well, we've seen it 17 times today.
Right. So be like, what is it? And they send it like, oh, dude, look back. That was approved today.
Right.
I had one. I think it was yesterday. There was like one. It was like 2 or 3 times I saw. I was like, it's probably somewhere else, you know. So we don't mean to be rude, but we don't like to repost stuff and mix things up, you know.
The world of online admin, though. But this is how you've grown your fan
I don't
base.
even know what it's going to be ultimately. I mean,
Right.
I have an idea. I want to make people happy. I want to do good things in the community. I want to bring Arizona together. I want a lot of things, but I don't know exactly how. You know, man. It's not necessarily just an event. It's like I don't know. It's hard to explain. You know, like I don't know exactly what.
You're building a community.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's never really quite been done like this.
You're building a community.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Hopefully, maybe even when I'm long gone, it'll just still be going on. Like, it's not like I'm just trying to help control it so it goes the right direction, kind of thing. But it's everybody. It's not just me or something. So it's cool. But it's everybody who gets involved, and it's the whole marijuana community.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the marijuana community when, you know, just kind of got into it. Like, I mean, I smoked weed for a long time. I didn't have a med card. I wasn't, you know, didn't go to events. I knew people who smoke weed, but now when we started these teas, like, oh, you know, then you start kind of learning about it, and it's cool. You know? I was at that normal meeting, the last one. That was a good time. That guy's birthday, who was, I forget what his name was, but that was a good one. I've been to a couple normal meetings. I had fun that time. That was fun. They're always good time, but that one was like, I don't know what it was. It was just fun that night. I had a good time.
And sometimes they're boring. Sometimes we don't have a lot of updates.
I wouldn't say boring, but you know, it's important stuff.
Very
but, you know,
true.
you're just
Very
like,
true.
oh, it's just fun.
There's always information.
Yeah, it's a lot of information to take in, and I have a problem with me because I'm like trying to get. I'm like, that's just a lot of information, you know. But that's just me. I'm kind of dumb. But
on that note, though, I mean, so normal is I'm on the board and I'm the secretary of. So I'm just going to be on this position for a certain period of time, and then I'll be gone. You know, it will get passed on to other people in the or everybody on the board right now. The organization
is there
will
normal in
continue.
every state, or how does that work?
there's the federal or the national chapter of Normal, and then I'm not going to answer yes because I'm not 100% certain.
Oh, okay.
But yes, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, we've worked with Colorado Normal and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're just going to hold that. We're going to pass that torch along to somebody else. Yeah. So we're just
it
here
keeps
to
going.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's been around. Arizona Normal has been around since the early '90s. And then, but Normal's been around since I should probably know the history a little bit better.
I want to say like the
late
60s,
early
like
70s.
Yeah. My neighbor told me she was a Normal like years ago and stuff, and she.
Well, is she a little bit of the older generation or younger?
I guess it would be a little. She's not that old or anything, but she said that she was a Normal like a few. I don't know. I don't remember how long ago that was. A few years.
Well, the thing that I can say is from going to events with Normal and meeting people and all that. It appeared like, and this is actually one of the reasons why wanted you guys on the podcast.
Allison's a good friend of ours. Too.
Oh yeah. And we love Allison. She's on the board as well.
Yeah,
so we love
awesome.
Allison. Yeah. And the decision to bring Allison on was probably the smartest one anybody on the board has made. I didn't make that decision. John, you know
that was a good pick.
That was a really
Allison's
good pick.
really good.
Yeah. She knows everybody.
Yeah. When we started the AZST, she reached out and was just being friendly and nice and kind of was like, okay. She was like, very cool.
Oh yeah. So and she knows everybody. She goes to all the events.
She does.
So she's perfect for her role.
Yeah, she really is.
But this is the thing though, is that it appears from what I've observed is that the older generation, our age and above, knows what Arizona Normal is. The younger generation has or not even just Arizona Normal, but Normal in general, has no idea. I remember seeing High Times magazines back when I was a kid, and I remember seeing advertisements for Normal and all that good stuff. Where obviously you don't have those advertisements. I mean, you still do, but nobody's really reading. You know,
we got to do like an event brought to you by Normal. See, and you have a good band, you know what I'm saying? And you get that name out there. So people are like, what is that?
Yep.
You know,
and
we let you be a sponsor at AZST event, that's for sure.
That would be
We've
awesome.
had a table out and stuff and let people kind of know and just, I think that's what I would do to get it out there. Because I've made the post about a Normal.
Yeah.
And people are just like, what is it? They don't even know it exists. And I'm like, they actually do. And I don't, I can't even explain it. That's why I'm like, you got to come look into it. They do a lot of good. Like, I mean, I can't just tell you what, look into it, check it out, Google it.
Well, what we do is we're patient and consumer advocates.
Yeah.
We are, and I don't want to sound like, we're grandiose or anything like that, but we do really important work down at the legislature. We're talking to, we've already had about 15 meetings with representatives, with senators and all that good stuff. And we're the ones that are really, I mean, in January, once the 2022 legislative session starts, all we'll be doing is monitoring bills, speaking on bills, speaking against bills, all that type of stuff, trying to drum up support. But this is something that I really, really hope that every member of the AZST listens to, because this is very, very important. There have been in other states, even right now, tried to put percentage caps on THC.
Oh yeah.
You can't. 2 years ago, they tried to put a 2% THC cap.
So people can understand, that would be a weed with a 2%
THC.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Right.
That's absolutely nothing.
You would have no dabs. You would have no concentrates. You would have no wax.
What about like swag, Mersh weed? That's probably like 2%, maybe.
I mean, the terrible stuff, the cartel weed that comes across.
Oh, brick weed.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably 5 to 6%, and it's mostly. I mean, the stuff that I used to crack open, it was nothing but stems and seeds, so it was terrible.
So they're trying to pass that?
2 years ago, that was definitely on the bill, and I will say that Normal got that killed.
Yeah. Nice. Without you guys doing that kind of stuff.
Yes.
They would just, politicians, but you guys are putting up a stink, and it does. I guarantee you.
That absolutely would have passed.
You need to have that. Oh, yeah. They would just kind of start, and that would have passed. So you need to have people like you guys doing that. That's awesome. And
but
I
what we need is AZST.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Mm-hmm. We were only 6 people. I think we're 7 now. Did we add another one? We haven't some new members yet. I don't want to announce it yet. So but 6 people talking to these representatives is not powerful. However,
there's numbers.
Strength in numbers.
Just show up.
And when we do our, last year because of COVID and all that, we did our legislative sessions in Zoom. So we would have 10, 15, 20 people on a Zoom call. And these representatives, they're elected officials. We're their constituents. What is really, really impactful and powerful is not when Arizona Normal has a meeting with a representative, but when Arizona Normal and this lawmaker's constituents from their district is on the meeting too. when they're talking to their elected official, that brings power. So when these elected officials pop up on the Zoom screen, sometimes we'd have 25 or 30 of them on a Zoom call, and you would see them, they would look at their screen and they would be like, holy shit, there's a lot of people on this meeting.
Yeah,
so, and
exactly.
and everybody gets a chance to speak. Every single person gets a chance to speak and say, hey, I'm in your district. I voted for you. This is what we want. And I truly believe of, by, and for the people of our government. And this is why, like, we need the members of the community. We need them to speak up.
Yeah.
Whether you liked or hated 207, it's here. You know,
right.
we need to fix what needs to be fixed. There's issues regarding THC caps that comes up every year. There's issues regarding employment and Department of Child Services for people who have their medical cards. That's a huge thing. I mean, there's bills that these lawmakers who are just uneducated.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not calling them, dumbasses. I'm just saying they're some of them are dumbasses.
Yeah,
but
definitely a lot of them.
Yeah, but the ones that they don't know what's going on, or they're just not educated when it comes to cannabis.
Yeah.
They just don't know the benefits. They don't know the medical side of it.
They don't smoke.
They don't. Well, there are some of them that do smoke.
They
Yeah,
But-
even on the right Republican side. I won't name names, but that's the thing, though. It's like, but that's why we need the members of the cannabis community.
They see that mass group of people
Yes.
all there at the same time,
Yes.
supporting the same message.
If
Yes.
they're like me, man, and like I get, like I completely support, but it is sometimes it's difficult to get people to do. If people
Yes.
support you, they're like, I like what they're doing. They're not anything. They'll hit like, but they're to actually get in their car, drive downtown, park the car, find parking, get out for something. But it's very important.
Yes.
So it's like I know that's kind of it's. But that's why I think that giveaways and stuff, maybe finding spot, giving out seeds or something. Hey, everyone, we're just doing fun things or something. I don't know. Think of ways to lure people to also.
It's the sort of thing, though, too, that
Because people are people, man. And I get it. I'm the same way, man. I'm like,
People are
I should go to
busy.
this, and I understand life happens.
100%.
It's very big. You really support it. But, how else? Or maybe, like you said, Zoom calls, or just do something. Send emails or something. Maybe, however you could get maybe involved. But because this kind of stuff, if you smoke marijuana in Arizona, it's important.
very. And but on that note, though, so I know this is my podcast, and I'm espousing normal because I love the organization, but excuse me, December 14th and December 28th, we're going to have legislative teaching. We're going to have a Zoom call where you can hop up on our Zoom, and we will teach you how to look at bills, where to read them. And it's about
They can be
strength and
dumbing
numbers.
down because I'll get lost. Like I'll start reading something. I have no idea.
And it's all that's
So
what
it's
we're
like,
we're going to train so that it's step by step by step, because we might have a call to action. That call to action might be, hey, look, this, and here's the crappy part. These bills drop in the blink of an eye because they try to sneak shit past 100%. So we might get word that, hey, this bill is dropping, and it could be a post of like, hey, we need to get everybody into RTS to do a thumbs down on bill, blah, 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 blah. Well, that doesn't sound like anything right now. But once we train you and teach you what it is I just said and what it is what we mean, then you'll be able to go onto arizonaledge.gov, go to the request to speak, or find the bill, go to request to speak, and do a thumbs down showing. I mean, think about it, because you can do the thumbs down or the thumbs up. And so legislators do look at that stuff. So when they see, holy shit, this has 5,000 thumbs down, that has power.
Oh, that is true.
That's very powerful. I've never seen 5,000. I've seen like 10 to 12.
Yeah.
But if we can mobilize a force like that,
That's pretty doable. People do
100%.
things like that.
Yes.
Actually, that people are more willing, including myself. I'll sign for that. I agree with what
Yes.
but I'm a busy person, so maybe we could do some stuff like that too.
well, and that's exactly it. We're all busy.
It's important, and I appreciate what you're doing with normal and stuff. I've gone a few times. Like I said, I go to each one, but sometimes I'm just busy or something. And
totally.
It's in Phoenix, and but I've been multiple times, and I'm glad, and I love what you guys are doing, and like I said, I would love to help you guys with anything I can with AZST.
Well, I am by far the biggest bum of the entire board. Like, those guys do everything.
Yeah,
So
you guys, they all do.
everybody
Everyone there.
does.
Yeah, it's cool. You guys all, and it's a cool team they got.
Yeah.
I know it does change, I'm sure, but so it's probably, this is the team now, but 10 years, who knows?
Oh, yeah.
It'll be, it's just different. It's cool. You guys got a good team, I think, right now.
And it is truly a really neat organization to where none of us are paid. We don't get paid anything. Just like you guys probably don't get paid a darn thing for doing your AZST.
Not in financial, but some things you do in life, it's not about just financial gain.
Not at all.
It's about the passion and having fun.
What do you leave in this world? Kind of thing, leaving the community. You're not going to be here forever, but it's cool that you part of something.
Amen.
Better than just going to work every day.
Well, and again, with your guys' group too, you're building that community. You're building people to form friendships and bonds and
help get people out of the house.
I was listening to a guy yesterday, man, and he
how
actually,
important, I didn't mean to interrupt
right
you,
now,
how important is that you just said that?
Yeah.
Getting people, because everybody's been stuck in their houses.
Well, I'm prime example. Before the AZSD, I worked and I went home.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit. I missed friends' parties, birthday parties. Ever since we started this, I've left this house. I've come out of my house so much. It's been awesome.
That's awesome.
Just
meet new friends.
Change in Jeremy. I had a boss at work when we first started this AZST. He goes, hey man, you pulled like a miracle. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, getting Jeremy out the house like this. He's like picking people up. His brother was even like, dude, you're never even home anymore. His whole life was changing. He was driving around and making people happy, and it's a good feeling, man. It's not about. It was just like it's just fun. He was having a good time, and people were like, I don't. It's just we got the community together of people who smoke marijuana,
and I'm still having fun.
And what I love about marijuana is that it takes anyone of any race or color or age. If you just smoke weed, you have enough in common to hang out. You know what I mean? Like, I go to like a 93-year-old lady's house who's like, want to eat some cookies and smoke some marijuana? I'll be like, well, yes, let's go smoke.
Yes,
I got a fatty. I'll be like, yeah, we can hang out. Like, otherwise I wouldn't know what to talk to a little lady for that long. I'd be like, and it's just weird. But marijuana's that bridge. You're like, cool. Like our events, we have quite the mix of people that normally, we've had, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I love seeing that. Yes. It's cool seeing the old lady in the corner with like the rap group over here. It's like a really weird mix of people, but they all smoke weed, so they're all friends. And you see them all lighting up, and it's cool. Walking around with their clones they just won or something.
And just the plethora of people you see walking around, like the Earl Cups and stuff, is like, wow. I didn't realize all these kind of people smoked weed.
That's
you
that's
just light up
there.
and you're not weird. It's cool. It's like, oh man, these are my kind of people, dude. It's chill. I was comparing. I went out to Earl Cup, that Earl camp, man. I was like, this is cool. My first time, I went and checked it out. I ended up sleeping in my car. I wasn't gonna stay, but I was just having such a good time. So chill. I was like, I've been to Country Thunder. It's fun, but it's wild out there. There's a lot of drinking, and I was like, nobody smoked weed out there. I was like the weird one. They were like, see, mine not smoking by me, sir. And they're like chugging beer, But I was like, and everyone stays up late partying, and I'm like at the Earl camp. It was like 9:30. It was all like everyone's like crashed out. You just see smoke. There was like a band playing some like shit you could sleep to.
That's awesome. No, I go to Country Thunder every year.
Oh yeah.
Of my group, I go with a bunch of cops. They're just friends of mine, and I'm obviously the only smoker, and I fucking hate drunk people. Oh my god, I'm I'm being a little facetious right now, but I'm
gonna try to go to the next one. I went like 9 years in a row, bro. Probably.
But it's rowdy and it's loud. It's fucking liquor everywhere.
Oh my god, you feel like death for like 3 days when you come back. But
I love it because I wake up in the morning and I hop up out of my RV and I'm waving to. I did this past year though. I was.
Oh, you had an RV. I mean, that makes it easier. I'm always like in a sleeping bag or like a. Wake up like in the dirt, and then you just start drinking. So
I was standing in the threshold of my doorway in Pinal County. I was literally lighting my bong, and Pinal County was going by on the Ranger, and I was like, well, I'm technically in my house,
right?
So okay, and I just went, whoops, and then I waved to them as they were going by.
Yeah, they generally don't care at like events and stuff.
No,
depends where you're at.
Yes. Like
Marquee Theater did. I got kicked out of there multiple times for lighting joints. I'm like, you guys could drink everywhere, you know what I mean? And then even now, you can't even like smoke on the patio. They will kick you out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, they had the Whalers. I'm like, so you're gonna have the Whalers, and then I can't even smoke weed or vape. You have to sneak it in. I feel like I'm going to sneak in prison. I got my vape in my sock and a couple pre-rolls. Cause I go to a concert, I'm gonna be like stoned. You know what I mean? I enjoy that.
Totally enhances the experience.
Yeah. So when we have events, that's why I love music and weed. They go together good. I love it, dude. When I was younger, I'd go to concerts and I'd smell out the weed, and then I'd go try to get a hit with my friend. We'd be like, I smell it. We look, we see the guy, and you just go stand next to him, and hopefully he hands it to you. And if not, maybe you just, hey man, mind if I, But that was like way less people would smoke. Now we go to a concert.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which type of concert.
No, it doesn't. Weed. That's what I say. Weed. Everybody. It's the one common thing.
It is.
Like you said, weed and music always Goes
Well, you
hand
either
in hand.
smoke weed or you don't. But if you meet someone, you ever meet someone, you're like, you smoke weed? And that's like, all of a sudden, you're like friends. You're like,
Oh,
okay, well, let's go
100%.
smoke some weed. Yeah, if you go to some event and the guy's like, man, I'm going to step outside and smoke this bowl I got. You're like, oh, I'll go with you. Like, right? You're instant.
Let me open the door for you. Let's
Yeah,
go on
I'll hold the
outside.
door.
I got a lighter, bro.
Yeah, I got some too, bro. We can match bowls or something, All right, cool, And it is fun. I've met a lot of people, and it's fun meeting them, and it's fun, and especially when you're high, It's just like, it's cool meeting people.
And it relaxes you, and it just makes things flow a lot easier.
Yeah,
Oh, totally.
Being sober to me is just like, to me that's like getting high because I barely do it, so it's just like kind of weird. Like sober. It's like, this is lame. I get it. I got sober a lot, But to me, I enjoy being stoned, And I'm not like a crazy. Like, I'm not like always like one of them, like there's people that are way more stoner than me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man, God, dude. And they have these rigs. They assume I don't even know what that shit is, dude. I just smoke throughout the day. Like, morning I like to smoke a bowl or a joint before work, and then I'll hit the vape pen at work. Then I come home, I'm gonna want a bowl. Go on another bowl before I eat. Go on a bowl before I go on a bike. Anything, That's what's good about weed. It's just always good time for a weed.
The only problem is buying in bulk right now is expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
So fucking expensive. That's the only downside to weed right now. And that's the only thing that I disagree with as a medical patient. It's like, it's actual medicine.
Do you think it'll go down?
I think there needs to be more. There needs to be more brands. There needs to be more better quality brands. I'm sorry, but there's some Arizona weed right now. I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah.
I'm very open.
I've heard a lot of complaints about this.
I will try every brand. I'm not a snob. I have my ones that I like, but I'll give everything a try. And I picked up some weed recently, and I was like, this is terrible. Like, this is not good stuff, And then there's the classics that are always very, very consistent. But there seems to be, and again, this is just from my observation from going into the dispensary and all that. It just seems to be a very transient thing that's happening, and the names are constantly changing. And that I don't know about.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's new brands, but they're not any better. Maybe they're just changing their name. I don't know.
Yeah. I hadn't even gone to a dispensary for like this last year. I'd never gone to a dispensary because I'd never had my card, number one, and I always just know somebody or something, or I'd have a friend go. I don't know. And I had nothing against it. People, I'm like, I just have never been to one. I'm like, the weird things like paint, I don't know, but they're different. It's so different. It's cool. It's kind of neat. But I personally would rather just call a friend that'll come deliver to you and smoke with you. But here you go, homie, and you could kind of swindle them down, maybe $10. Like, oh man, it's like, depends on the weed. You gotta look at it. If it's really good, I'll go up. But
I remember back when I was working the road as a cop. I remember I'd pull people over, and again, I never really had a problem with it.
Sorry, I'm not.
Go ahead. Ask.
What's the most you ever like busted somebody with?
I had a 1,000-pound dope load.
1,000 pounds?
Yeah, it was 1,000 pounds.
Damn,
So it was like 997 pounds. It was in not a Blazer, the big GM product.
The Tahoe or
Bigger than that. Suburban.
Wow.
It was a big old Suburban.
Just stuff with weed.
Stuffed. Just absolutely stuffed.
Did you smell it?
So when the car went by, he said, they're prosecuted years ago. It was a rental car, and it was a rental car with tinted windows. What rental car company tints their windows? None of them, unless you're renting a luxurious vehicle like a Lamborghini or whatever. So this thing goes by me, and then from that point in time, then I had to find a reason to pull it over. But I was like, that's odd. So then when I pulled it over, it was two females, a little bit older females too, late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
And they were driving it, and I could see these large, huge, like I could stand up in it, duffel bags. They were all over the back seat, and they were dressed to the nines, man. They had on and this is like 1:30 in the morning, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and they're like dolled up, fingernails done, hair done, everything. So when they got pulled over, it didn't look like anything, and I could see these black duffel bags. Well, then when I had enough training and experience to know that, this is a drug load. I knew what this was as soon as I walked up to the car or SUV, and then I had them step out, and I said, "Hey, what's in the black bag?" And then they wanted to fight and all that good stuff, and it was 1,000 pounds and it was all brick weed. It was all terrible, terrible weed.
Yeah.
So, but that's the way it was back then. That's the way it was back in the day. It was terrible, terrible weed.
I don't know why they don't at least smuggle better weed. You would think you can get a lot less over, but
Yeah, but the American population will buy the crap, especially when it wasn't legal.
Yeah,
They'll buy whatever it was.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of like the mystery of not knowing what weed I'm going to get or how I'm going to get it, I guess, It's kind of cool now that it's so easy to go to a dispensary. But I always have I switch it up. I like to always smoke something different. I wouldn't want the same strand, even if it was amazing, like the same one. I would have to be like, I want something different, even if it was like, you know, frosty with the, you know.
Oh, when I was saying, I remember when we'd pull people over and you could tell it was just total crap weed, and then you'd see the really really good stuff, and we never saw the really really good stuff. So we saw like, wow, look at this stuff. Well, don't touch it with your fingers because it'll get into your skin and all that good stuff. Like, you know, total bullshit stuff. So I was like, but we'd be looking at it like with the
KB, they called it. Remember? I don't know if that's what we called it.
KB.
Kind buds. And I remember I first heard about it, I'm like, what? Yeah, BC buds.
Yeah.
They had that all. I remember that. Yeah, the first time I smoked that too. That was a different experience. Like, holy God, man! It was like $20 a gram. You know, maybe 25. It was a deal to get like a 2 for $30.
See, and I never did narcotics investigations. So if anybody got busted for large things of weed other than the marijuana, it wasn't me.
You did all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah. But I didn't do like, we would get like a little bit of BC bud. You know, a kid personally, he just bought it and he was driving home and he's got it in his pocket. And again, we'd be like mesmerized by it as cops. Like, whoa, it's so frosty.
Yeah, right.
You know?
This is amazing, actually. This is impressive. Too bad I got to throw it in the incinerator. Well, I don't know. Maybe they would keep it. Is that true? Would you say? I mean, not without name, but do cops ever just keep it for themselves? Maybe if they ever let you go? I always feel like, you know, I mean, I know if they charge you, but if I had a cop when I was younger, I'm like, he probably just smoked it. And I was wondering, what if he just kept it or what did he do with it?
I never witnessed any kind of corruption like that. Yeah. There's corruption at way different types of levels. Yeah. But I never witnessed that. Personally, and then none of my I didn't know anybody, a single person that smoked. When I was a cop, I didn't know a single person that smoked.
I would imagine it's not the clique that really smokes marijuana. So
they drink.
Yeah, drinking. Drinking is so acceptable. You can drink, be a cop, drink on a Saturday,
and it's the worst thing on the planet for their mental health.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, probably not good for what's going on up here with all the shit the guys see.
I think cops should be able to smoke on Saturdays. Just give them Saturdays.
That's you know what? We will advocate for it.
Yeah, that's it. So let them smoke on Saturdays. Let them smoke on Saturdays.
No, but I do, and I admit it, I've talked about it before. I have PTSD. And I did not understand or realize, and my PTSD is not from military. I never deployed. I never went overseas. I never did anything like that. I stayed here in the States. My PTSD is from all the crap I saw as a law enforcement officer and one particular incident in particular. But I didn't realize how much weed helped the mental aspect of it until there was one particular night, one particular strain where I used it. And next thing you know, I'm like, working through this thing and thinking about it and not just, you know, freaking out and all that type of stuff. But I was like, holy shit, this has some serious mental health benefits. And again, this was when I was discovering the benefits of it all and all that type of stuff and learning about it. And I could not believe the mental aspects of it, the ability to think through things. It also enables me to express emotion. I'm a dude. I'm a guy. I don't like to be all lovey-dovey and all that good stuff. But if it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night and I send one of my friends hey bro, love you, how's everything going? It's because of, you know, weed. It's because it's relaxed me enough to be myself.
You're not all tense.
Right. Right.
Who gives a shit? Right. And it gives you that nice relief, that edge off.
But how many times have you heard? Yes. How many times have you heard that guy's an angry drunk? That guy's an angry drunk.
Think about what alcohol has done. This world would be a better place without it.
Oh, totally. How many times have you heard somebody, that guy's an angry weed smoker?
That pothead's so angry all the time.
Man, I'm so glad I started drinking more. Like, no one's ever said that. What a great decision. Hey, man, you look great. And how is it like, I started drinking more. Now I got everything I've always wanted. Wife's happier than shit.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
It's ruined marriages. You beat your wife. You do all kinds of stuff. It's not really health benefits to binge drinking.
None.
You know, none at all. Marijuana, you're not going to overdose. You're not going to beat your wife. You probably, if you are going to beat your wife, if you smoke a joint, you're probably like, I'm not going to beat her. You know, I feel like it takes that edge off. And of course, it's not for, you know, not the case for everybody, I think, but generally, it does help people like that. I know there's people that don't smoke because it makes them, they don't like the way it makes them feel. Yeah. Right? It's not for everybody, but, you know, and I get that. I'm like, maybe, you know, it's just, but there's other ways too. You can try CBD or lotions.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but you could benefit from the plant as well, even if you just don't like getting high.
Like I said earlier, my brother doesn't smoke, but he does every now and then dabble in some edibles. So it's like, he just doesn't like to smoke, but he'll take like a 10 milligram edible and just be like chilling on the couch watching TV.
Yeah, I'm kind of different with edibles. I get really high. And I don't know. I
eat too many.
I always eat too many though. They're so good. Like, do you eat the whole thing? I'm like, what? Oh, that's gone. Yeah. Okay.
I remember we at the normal meeting, we got some 420 skincare, Marvina and Parisa's Rice Krispie treats.
Oh yeah.
I remember you posted up the next day. Like I ate half and I lost my house.
Yeah, I was on my electric skateboard. I cruised around. I remember that. I ate half, and I was also smoking a joint. And I was like, I got lost for a second, like that real lost. Dude, I'm like one street over. Like I go to all the time, and I was like lost. Like what direction is what direction? I'm like, man, I'm high.
No, I do like for my back pain. Edibles are the best.
Yeah.
But they actually give me. I mean, obviously, if you don't go overboard, like a good 10 milligrams.
You gotta find
for
that
me.
right dosage.
Yeah. I did. There was one a friend of mine gave me. It was 1-to-1, 25 milligrams TBD and THC. But that's the most I'd ever had in an edible because I'm still a lightweight. I mean, I'm still doing like 5 milligram edibles, but I love. I got to give a shout out to Chef Turtle because I've had his food, infused food, and that how he does it and how he infuses it is fucking amazing because it like totally relieved my back pain.
And he's got a bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Chef Turtle's awesome.
But I took this 1-to-1, and my wife was driving, and we went out to dinner, and I was on that cliff, standing at the edge, and I looked at my wife, and we're just chit chatting and everything else, and I was like, this was way too much.
Yeah.
This was way. I got through dinner and everything was fine. And I looked at my wife, and I'm like, hey, was I okay? She's like, yeah, why? I was like, well, because I was like, had a parachute on, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, it's almost like hallucinating. I start tripping sometimes almost like if I have too much. Like, it's crazy. I ate too much. Worst comes to worst, you just take a little nap, you'll feel better, but that's what's cool about weed. You can't really take too much. If you do, you just won't maybe take that much again. But you're not gonna die or something.
Most of the time, you'll just pass out.
Yeah, man, you're not gonna die, bro. It's just weed. You hear about that cop? Remember him and his wife smoke weed, and then he's on the phone with 911. We're gonna die.
Stopped.
We're gonna die. Like, what'd you do? We ate some brownies or something. They ate too many brownies, and they're like, we're dead. We're dead. We're dead.
He's like, I think time stopped.
Yeah.
No, sir, time did not stop.
Yeah, we're dead. That's funny. So yeah, exactly. It affects everybody different. You gotta just kind of know your own self. But
it's a hard lesson to learn, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've been smoking a long time, bro. I've been 15. I forget what. Most of my life at this point. I'm 39. I think I started when I was like, maybe 14, 15. Took up like my first hit, and then. Just gradually, I find a way to become a bigger pothead. Just when I think I can't, here I am in 2021, smoking more weed than I ever have. But people are like, "Oh, AZST, here's a joint, man." You're like, okay, and I don't be rude and just say no. So I hit that. But some of the events, I'm just like, "Oh man, so high," and like Earl Cup and stuff too, man. But they're cool. I love them. People should go. They're a great time. But I just get I'm always so high at those things. Like, man, I brace myself. I go home and I won't even smoke for the rest of the day. Just so high stuff. Yeah.
No, I've heard the events are good. So, and Earl Cup is very good to Arizona Normal too. We love Jim Morrison of Earl Cup and all that.
Well, I'd get you a normal table out there. Of course, that'd be cool.
They have one. We have one at Earl Cup. We have one at Earl Camp.
I always come by and say what's up every time I see you guys out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Want to call it?
All right, let's do this again, man. I had a good time.
I would love to.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And we'll talk about it after. But I would love to get to a normal segment.
I don't know how long it's been. I don't know. I have no clue. But it's kind of was like
it's 122. I don't know what time we started.
It was fun. We'll have to do it again.
Leave with some words of wisdom. What do you got?
Smoke weed, have fun, don't work too hard, don't take things too seriously, and I'll see you at AZST event. Right?
I'll just go with my Indica Boy quote. Smoke a joint and smile, I'll be on the couch for a while.
Nice. But real quick, it's AZST on Facebook.
Arizona Smoking Team. There's a page, there's a group. The group is, obviously what kind of started the bread and butter. The page is just mainly to have a place that they shut the group down. If you're in the page, we can post another one and you won't get lost because we lost a lot of people and they're like, we didn't know what happened to you guys. Like, well, you obviously didn't follow the page because I would just post the link to the new group.
Gotcha.
If, it gets shut down. And then there's Instagram at AZ Smoking Team, which is basically it's just where we do an event, we'll post it on there or something, or take things from So it's the at AZ Smoking Team on Instagram, and there's the group. You got sometimes Facebook tries to hide it. You gotta look it up, find it. And then there's a page, but there's a link on the page people can find.
Gotcha.
And then Jeremy has Indica Boy on Instagram.
Gotcha.
Indica Boy AZST 420.
Yeah, I'm a hand stalker too. and doing the podcast.
sorry,
I've had
man,
to,
like,
no. I do it all the time, and I've had to try to train myself, but it's totally.
Well, this
fun.
is our first podcast. So
Yeah.
this was a good experience.
Awesome. Very fun.
I know now not to tap the.
Oh,
mic.
you're fine. You're fine.
Thanks for having us
Yeah,
out.
no worries, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, let me get all this stuff turned off here.
All right.